Hi everyone, I hope you've been well. This is Grace, and Kimbo Kreations is having a crafting challenge. So for those of you who are into making Christmas cards and taking part in a really good, worthwhile cause, I will link in the description bar the video to her challenge so that you can take a look. So in essence, this video is a project share, but it's also the video response to Kimbo Kreations' crafting giveaway. So basically, Kim every year makes and collects a bunch of handmade cards and gives them to her local nursing home so that the staff there can give them to the residents, which I think is such a great cause because, you know, our elderly, they're so wise and just so much experience and all of those things, and I think as a society we certainly don't value them as much as we should. Nor do we highlight and showcase them as much as we should. So anyway, I thought it would be great, and so I wanted to take part in it. So these are my cards, and I made 4, and let me explain to you a little bit before I start showing them to you. It was quite the adventure today. And the reason why is because, as I probably shared with you guys, I'm in the midst of continual grading. Once the term really gets started, the grading never ends. And so I made the mistake of combining the crafting area with my grading area when I'm at home. And so basically my work area looks like an explosion. So for those of you who craft, you know when you craft, I mean the crafting area looks like an explosion, right? But then add to that the grading and like mounds of paper here and there, and it's just a mess. So I've had to actually craft today on this desk that I usually reserve for filming purposes. So to the left and to the right, I still have supplies that I just didn't get around to cleaning up yet. I will clean them up actually after I film this video, but anyway, so as you know, I received some very lovely gifts from the entrance of my crafting challenge, and I wanted to certainly make good use of those. And so actually this one I'm going to put away for a minute. Let me explain my process a little bit first, okay? If you guys just want to see the cards, flip to the end. I'm sure I will have them displayed out at the end. But if you guys remember, Sheila Walsh, I love her crafting style. Sheila must have been all-knowing because she sent me these pictures or these drawings because she knew that I was going to be making handcrafted Christmas cards for my youth fundraiser as well. And so she sent me this one, and a whole slew of others. This one I actually cut down because I was going to use this, but I ended up deciding against it. Anyway, so these are the cards, pictures that I'm going to actually save for the youth card fundraiser. The other ones, though, you'll notice actually the size of the pictures are a lot bigger than the cards themselves. And so I was specifically looking for pictures that might fit. And because I was limited on time today, I didn't want to hassle. I didn't want to mess around with making individual like envelopes for my cards. So you remember these hot buys from Michael's? I actually found one that was red, and the polka dots almost look like ornaments. Actually, you can't see it. It's just plain red on the back. But they look a little bit like ornaments. So what I did was I had 4 of those left. I plucked all 4 out, and I thought, okay, let's try to make them in a series so that at least when Kim receives it, she'll see a reoccurring theme that connects all 4 cards. Now, the residents of the nursing home who receive it, they won't know that they're all tied because there's nothing that screams out, these cards are connected. So I don't know if I'm making sense. Anyway, each of these cards has a point that I wanted to do. And so this one is the Santa Claus one. And so literally I was running up and down the stairs and over to my crafting area, grabbing supplies because I was crafting in a place that I usually don't have supplies. Do you guys remember these from Michael's? So I took the little tiny flat bags and I centered them around the little stars to kind of make them pop a little bit. Personally, I wanted the white pearls, but I couldn't find those. So I figured silver, it kind of matches, right? Kind of. So I went with that. I cut it down a lot, and then what I did was, because the picture is a little bit on the thin side, which is actually good because the cards are getting quite heavy. I double-sided taped that onto white paper stock and then cut that down and double-sided taped that onto the actual card itself. And so you have hopefully what looks like a nice matted kind of look, or formatted look. And then I needed a sentiment for this one, and one of my cardstocks, like literally I was hunting high and low, one of my cardstocks had a sentiment that says Santa Claus is coming to town. So I cut that off, Santa Claus is coming, and that's all I got for the size. And then I put that on a piece of cardstock that, or scrapbook paper that has this metallic red kind of candy stripe. Do you guys see that? So I double-sided taped that one, and then I popped it up so that there's a little bit of dimension. So the point to this card is are the flat back pearls plus the popped up sentiment. So I don't know. I liked it. It came out really cute. So thank you, Sheila, for this, and just it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed my crafting therapy today. And then, those of you who are watching Virginia's entry, Virginia from Florida ended up sending me just a tremendous number of goodies. But one of the things she did was, on the Nutcracker ceramic dangly doll thing that she sent me, she had tied or taped the bubble wrap with this I think washi tape from Dollar Tree, and as I was taking it off, I was like, you know what, I don't want to throw this away, it's so pretty. And so I saved it, and then when I was actually thinking about making the cards today, I thought, you know what, let's line the envelopes so that it's just a little bit of a more festive look. So there's one card. And then the second card, this actually I was not intending on using at all, because there was like this empty space here. This sentiment was actually down here below. But then as I thought about it, I was like, oh my goodness, I could cut that out, shrink it down so it fits the cardstock, and then pop that into the middle so it looks fuller. Doesn't it look nice, guys? I am personally quite pleased with the way it came out. So popped that up with foam tape, bordered it again on white and red. So there is that recurring theme for all of these. And then on the inside of all of the cards, I had stamped "To Wish You a Merry Christmas" on white cardstock, because for those of you who've purchased these Hot Buy cards, you guys know the texture of the cards, they're kind of hard to stamp on. And so I got my red ink, stamped that, and then again matted it on that nice little striped. You guys can see how pretty it is, right? And then on the back, all of the cards have "Handmade with Love" stamp. I did break down and get one of these from the Dollar Tree, so that was my second card. And then the third card was, I thought, oh, this is so cute, and it's got this nice vintage feel. And so I cut this down tremendously. There was a bunch of snow here, and I trimmed that down so it fit. And then I wanted to actually have a point for this as well. Although now that I think about it, I could have used little pom-poms and stuck pom-poms on these, right, for a little bit more dimension. Maybe I'll think about it. Anyway, because I went to Dollar Tree today, and I'll explain why I went. But I went specifically to get those pom-poms, not for this card, but for another card. Anyway, and then this, actually, I ended up getting from the, do you remember the deer? That's where I got it from. The deer picture that was cut smaller. Oh dear, where are you? Hey dear, where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, here. So, this deer had this. There was a bunch of snow, and the sentiment was actually attached to this deer, and it needed something to pop, and so I just cut that sentiment out, and then I didn't want to just leave it, so I double-side taped it onto this, popped that up on foam tape, and then it looked a little plain, and I wanted a little bit of a bow. So this little Nutcracker sticker that Virginia had sent me, I attacked the poor rocking horse. Do you guys see that rocking horse? It had that little ribbon on its neck. But I couldn't find my red ribbon, my red satin ribbon. I just couldn't find it. I was like looking here and there. Literally, as I was crafting these 4 cards, I got my day's worth of exercise going back and forth. But anyway, I glued that down with Elmer's glue because, according to one of my little church minions, he claims that Elmer's glue, when it dries, is like super glue. And so I thought, okay, I'll just take him at his word. And so I used Elmer glue. So Kim, if it falls off, you'll know it was because it was Elmer's glue. Hopefully it doesn't fall off, though. But yeah, pop that up. And then, again, open. Ta-da! So there was that. I think it came out quite nicely. And I like the fact that the sentiments do pop. Now, this is, in one essence, the plainest but the cutest of the cards. I don't know, they're all cute in their own individual way for me, to me. But anyway, so there was this cute little North Pole Santa Claus picture that Sheila had sent. So I trimmed him down, and then I was thinking, should I get a sentiment and maybe do Santa Claus is coming again? And I was like, no, because it just doesn't look like it. And then I was like, brilliant. Do you guys see this? I was like, I will pop that up with an actual pom-pom. So I searched high and low because I could have sworn I had a pom-pom like bag somewhere in my house and I couldn't find it. And so in the late afternoon, Bentley and I had to go do some errands, and one of the places that we went was to the Dollar Tree. You guessed it, for a little white pom-pom. So that's why I was thinking, oh, now that I have it, maybe I'll just put a little red pom-pom here. But I think that actually, if I put a red pom-pom, it'll detract from this. So I'll just leave this card as is. But Kim, my goal is to mail this off by Saturday morning. And I'll put the pom-pom on because I just got home from the Dollar Tree. And I was like, I need to film the Dollar Tree haul. I need to do this. Let's get this all over with and all that. So what I'll do is not the video, but, the agenda that I have for tonight. So I'll glue the pom-pom on, let it dry overnight, and then I'll package these up in nice little, plastic thingies, and then mail them off on their merry little way to you. So hopefully you receive them in one piece, and when you receive them, that you think that they are just as beautiful as I think they are. So seriously, I did not draw these pictures, of course, but these were pictures that Sheila had sent me, and I think certainly the entries that I'm receiving from many of you as you guys take part in my Christmas card challenge, and certainly looking at the video responses and the entries that are filtering in through some of the other YouTube friends as they're doing their challenges, it's giving me a lot of really great ideas. Like one of the ideas that I've picked up recently is the flat back pearls. Another one is just popping up the sentiment and putting little ribbons there, and then that one, pom-pom, on the little Santa Claus, I actually got from the Target. There's that really cute little Santa Claus and penguin and polar bear sticker or little tag set, and they have little pom-poms on them. I was like, oh, what a brilliant idea. So anyway, these are my cards. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable for you guys to watch. Certainly I had a lot of fun making them. It took a lot more time than I expected, but it was nevertheless awesome. So thank you, Kim, for the opportunity to make some really awesome Christmas cards for 4 elderly residents of your area's nursing home, and I hope that you get more and more entries. And those of you who haven't heard of this, take a look at Kim's video. I think there's still some time because in my original schedule I was supposed to craft this on the 23rd of November and get it out to her before. But then I realized, oh no, Thanksgiving's going to mess with my post office schedule, so, and certainly my schedule, so I got it done earlier rather than later. But yeah, I think you still have a good week's time, so get crafting, everyone. This is certainly a really great cause. So, alright, thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned. On the agenda I have Zoila's entry. I have Rebecca Creates entry, and then I have a Tuesday morning and a Dollar Tree haul video. So yeah, we're doing a lot of videos today, huh? Fridays are my therapy days. I know, I'm getting a little silly. Alright, take care everyone. Bye.